As a presenter clicks to the first slide, the room becomes polite, quiet, and hard to read. Minutes later, attention is split between screens, side thoughts, and the urge to escape the meeting. This occurs when information is delivered without emotion, novelty, or a clear structure for the audience to follow. Minds work harder with meandering details, and trust drops when voice and body language feel mismatched. A weak presentation wastes the opportunity to move decisions, change habits, or rally support around an important idea. A good presentation can plant the same thought across many minds, making action feel obvious and shared. Consider a leader announcing a new initiative with 10 dense slides and no human story behind it. Compare it with the same initiative explained using one vivid example, a surprising fact, and a clear ending. Next, you will see why passion leads, why stories connect brains, and how novelty and brevity make ideas memorable. This video is inspired by Talk Like TED by Carmine Gallo, and subscribe for tools that make your next presentation unforgettable. Passion in a talk is visible energy that signals the topic matters beyond credentials or job titles. When speakers care deeply, their voice and choices communicate a commitment that listeners can feel. Genuine motivation increases attention because people sense a real stake, not a routine update. Without motivation, the same facts sound interchangeable, and the audience treats them as safe to ignore. A model explained how professional styling constructs images, then shifted to building self-esteem in young girls. Her craft opened the door, but her cause created connection, showing why passion spreads faster than expertise. Communication is an emotional exchange where ideas move best when the speaker is invested. This sets the stage for every later technique, because delivery tools cannot rescue a message nobody wants. Before writing slides, name the single problem you care about and the outcome you want for others. Share one personal reason the topic matters, then build facts around that reason instead of hiding it. Stories work because they convey information through emotion, helping listeners attach meaning to what they hear. The mechanism involves brain synchronization, where narratives cause both speaker and audience to exhibit parallel patterns of activation. This shared response makes arguments more acceptable, as the listener feels involved rather than lectured. Facts alone often remain in the language center, while stories activate sensory and emotional regions. A persuasive lawyer structured a talk around ethos, logos, and pathos, meaning credibility, logic, and emotion. In that talk, emotional storytelling dominated the word count, showing that logic alone rarely influences behavior. This is why a narrative arc belongs even in technical updates, as people make decisions with both feeling and reason. Stories also create a bridge to passion, allowing listeners to sense why a topic matters in real life. Select one short anecdote that illustrates the problem, the turning point, and the consequence in concrete detail. Then attach your key data to that arc so numbers feel like answers rather than isolated claims. The best delivery feels like a conversation because the speaker has internalized the structure, not memorized lines. Through relentless practice, words align with tone, gestures, and pacing, ensuring nothing feels forced. Trust grows when body language matches the message, while distrust rises when the delivery is incongruent. A prepared speaker can make eye contact and adjust in real time, creating emotional rapport that persuades. A performance artist spent months rewriting, timing, and refining a short talk until it sounded natural on stage. She credited many helpers, showing that preparation is often collaborative rather than a last-minute solo effort. This supports the emotional goal, as passion becomes believable when the delivery does not contradict it. It also keeps novelty usable, as surprising moments land better when the speaker remains calm and connected. Rehearse until you can state your key points without slides, then practice again with a timer. Subscribe to Keep Learning Rehearsal and delivery moves that build trust and make your talks feel human. Novelty captures attention because our brains are wired to notice what is unique, unexpected, or unfamiliar. By introducing new information or a fresh perspective, we can jolt people out of their preconceived assumptions. Once attention is secured, the audience becomes more willing to process complexity and remember your main points. A wow moment adds emotion, making the message more likely to be shared and discussed after the talk ends. A well-known philanthropist released mosquitoes during a talk on malaria, creating a shocking moment that people repeated. Though the surprise was brief, it made the central point more vivid and spread the message far beyond. Novel elements support persuasion when they serve the idea, not when they distract from what matters. Context turns data into meaning, so numbers become memorable instead of hanging in the air without relevance. Identify one statistic or image that changes how people see the problem, then build a short reveal around it. Test the moment with a colleague to ensure it surprises, supports your thesis, and still fits your overall flow. Memorable talks respect mental energy by maintaining a clear length and incorporating soft breaks that reset attention. The process involves compressing content to an ideal window, then using stories, videos, or demonstrations to ease cognitive load. Long presentations can drain listeners, leaving little brain power for reflection, sharing, or action after the talk. Shorter formats require discipline, forcing speakers to identify one key point and structure, supporting sentences around it. A professor who typically taught 3-hour lectures condensed his material into a 15-minute public talk. He noted that thinking is hard work, so the shorter window made the argument easier to absorb. Brevity also enhances the clarity of novelty, as surprises land within a structure the audience can follow. Multi-sensory cues aid memory, as photos, simple props, and vivid descriptions create mental images people can revisit. Aim for an 18-minute core, then include planned resets every 10 minutes if you must extend the talk. Before your next talk, choose one image or demo that can be seen, felt, and remembered afterward. Persuasion improves when talks touch emotion, teach something new, and leave the listener with a clear memory. The goal is not just to perform, but to transfer an idea with integrity into other minds. Start with a topic you care about, then tell stories that connect facts to human stakes. Deliver it like a conversation through practice, add novelty that serves the message, and keep it brief and visual. When these elements work together, audiences pay attention longer and recall your key point during later decisions. They also share the talk with others, multiplying its impact beyond the room you can personally reach. Pick one upcoming presentation and rewrite the opening as a story hook followed by one sentence of purpose. Then rehearse until the first minute sounds natural, because momentum in the opening shapes everything that follows. A talk that respects minds and emotions can change what people do, not just what they know. Subscribe to keep building talks that win attention, spark curiosity, and help your best ideas earn support.